I've got some unexpected news. First of all, the Willy'S Wonderland official video game on the Play Store, if you remember that, isn't on the Play Store anymore. Sorry to break it to you, but don't worry if you are worrying, because the game is being ported onto Steam. I'm sure you're familiar with Steam by now. I don't know how to describe it. It's essentially a downloadable catalog for more games, I guess. Anyway, so the mobile version of Willy'S Wonderland is gone. It's not on the Play Store anymore, unfortunately. But it is being ported onto Steam. But it's not just a direct port of the mobile game, kind of, because it also includes a new multiplayer capability. It doesn't seem like you're going to be able to fight each other, but it's going to be a co-op thing. And I remember in the mobile game, you could play as the janitor and the character of Liv, both from the movie, of course. So I assume one player is going to be able to be the janitor and the other is going to be Liv, or maybe two janitors, who knows. So yeah, it's not a direct port because it includes a new multiplayer capability this time around. The original mobile version, if you recall, was just single player only. And if you don't know much about the Willy'S Wonderland game, by the way, it's basically a 2.5D, so like 2D, 3D, but it's an in-between. So 2.5D side-scrolling beat-em-up fighting game based, of course, on the Willy'S Wonderland movie. And now it looks like, finally, something other than Roblox, Willy'S Wonderland fans can experience a game together or just with their friends that's centered around Willy'S Wonderland. You know, there's finally something other than like just fan-made Roblox games. We have an official Willy'S Wonderland game that at least, you know, it's not like a whole server full of people, unfortunately. It looks like it'll just be like two-player co-op, but still, we can come together and we can team up and people can play a Willy'S Wonderland game together, which I think is awesome. So one thing I want to go over is that the game is not only coming to Steam in 2024, but it's also coming to the PlayStation Store, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox. So yeah, again, unfortunately, the mobile version is gone. I don't really know exactly why they removed it, but it will be released across multiple other platforms that it was not available for originally. So we're talking Steam, so PC players can play it, Nintendo Switch, which as of 2024, Nintendo's already talking about releasing a Switch successor. I don't know how that's going to go. That's a whole other discussion that we're not going to talk about on this channel. And of course, Xbox and PlayStation. So I assume PS4 and PS5 will be, you know, you'll be able to play it on both of those. But for all I know, it might just be PS5. They didn't specify. But as of making this video, I think it hasn't released yet. But in about 9 to 10 days, where I live in the USA, I don't know the specifics, like Pacific time, stuff like that, but it should be 9 to 10 days. The new ported version of the mobile game should be releasing on Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, and the Switch on the same day. Again, unfortunately, the game will only be available digitally, which is fine. You know, a lot of people have problems with digital media like that. I do too, just because honestly, the mobile version is a perfect example. It's a game you had to pay for. It's the only game I ever played for on the App Store. And now it's gone. So I lost that money. I can't play that game I can't play specifically the mobile version anymore. I'm going to have to pay for it again on Steam or something if I want to play it. So, you know, but it won't be released physically is what I'm saying, which is fine. That's expected because of its price. They can't release a $5 Switch game, but still, it'll be available not only on Steam, but multiple platforms. So another thing, I hope they do fix a lot of the game's bugs that it had at launch, because that game did not get updated at all. If I recall, whenever you would play the Nighty Night level, it would just crash. It would transition to the next level. It would unlock the next level, but it would crash. You would be like soft locked, or it would just crash. It was pretty buggy. So I hope they fix stuff like that for a more mainstream release. I really hope they did. My other problem that's kind of, it's personal to me. I'm sure other people out there will kind of care about this, but this is kind of a me thing. But the mobile version is not only the original version of the game, the way it was intended to be played, and it's gone now, but there's also exclusive GUIs and buttons, and like, you know, a GUI is something that's like on your screen, like, you know, it's a mobile game, so like things like the, you know, your controller and the buttons for fighting and the individual moves, all those like images and stuff that are on your screen are all gone now. they're just gone because the mobile, the mobile version's gone. They don't need those assets anymore because on Steam and things like that, like on PlayStation, you're going to be using a keyboard or a controller to play the game, so they don't need those anymore. At least you'll be able to see more of your environment. That's, a lot of those controls on the screen that you're playing on, it's very clouded and messy. That's one thing I never liked about mobile games. So that'll be kind of a nice change, but still, um, again, these GUIs and these assets I'm talking about still might be hanging around in the files of the Steam port or something, but still, I still think it's kind of weird to replace the mobile version. Now, I originally thought it's because the Steam version will include this online multiplayer feature, which would have required them to allow cross compatibility with mobile and PC players, which is difficult and expensive. Minecraft's a good example of that. So they probably just settled on deleting the mobile version and replacing it in favor of the Steam one. Um, though the fact that there's not just a Steam version, but a PlayStation, Switch, and Xbox version tells me that that theory is not the case. So who knows, But it may or may not have cross compatibility, but I'm sure it will. So I don't know why the mobile version's been removed. I guess they just wanted to re-release it with a new coat of paint, fix glitches, you know, that's fine by me. And the new multiplayer feature definitely makes the game more replayable as well, because it's just a single player experience going through each level. You beat the game. I mean, I played it a few times, start to finish. I had fun with it. I had my favorite levels that I would play over and over, but it's not super replayable. Like the same enemies are going to spawn at the same time in the same place every time, and you may or may not die. It's the same thing over and over. So I feel like the multiplayer thing will bring more fans together and it should offer a new experience. So currently, I don't have a working laptop or anything, nor a PS5 or Switch. I used to have a Switch because I'm broke as hell. I don't have that stuff. I just don't have that stuff. But if I get a chance, I will try to get my hands on the Steam version or something like that. I know someone who has a Switch. I might try to fork over, if I can scrounge up $5, then I might have them buy the game or something. And if I'm able to play this new version, I'll probably do gameplay videos of it. While you're waiting for the new Steam and like PlayStation versions to release, you can actually find on this channel gameplays of all the levels with some bonus stuff of the mobile version of the game, so you can get a feel of what the mobile version was like and what I was talking about. Still, so I guess you could say that the gameplay footage that's online now with the mobile version is rare footage. That's probably pushing it. Whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching my first scripted video. I should have done this a long time ago, because I am very well known for stuttering, and not knowing what to say. So yeah, anyway, whatever. Thanks for watching. I'll keep you posted on all this Willy's Wonderland video game shenanigans and stuff in the future. And like I said, thanks for watching. Making a comeback, I guess. It's been a while. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.